Hey folks, it's John P. with Texas Metalworks, and I wanted to walk you through our DIY leg kit. Now this is essentially the kit that you will receive if you choose to build one of our do-it-yourself tables and you want the legs to go with it. Now it comes in one of two variations. You can either get it with legs and little leveling feet, or you can get it with legs and casters, and I'm going to kind of show you how both of those work. But generally speaking, it's a pretty simple kit. You're going to have 4 leg components, and you're going to have some plates, and then you're going to have cross bracing. Now this one has a really long cross brace and 2 small ones, because this kit is technically for a 30-inch by 80-inch table. But again, it's identical except for the length of the cross bracing for the other sizes. Well, and you might possibly have 2 more legs if you get one of the larger table that has 6 of them. Anyway, let's take a look at how you actually assemble these things. Okay, this is essentially the finished product. What we're shooting for is a leg with a plate that goes on the bottom, and believe it or not, that's the smaller of the 2 plates, and another plate on the top. Now, the reason why this smaller plate is going on the bottom is because this plate matches the bolt pattern for our super heavy-duty casters. Now, just a little note, these casters, you're not going to find these at Harbor Freight or Northern Tool or anywhere else. We have these specially made for us. They're black on black. This is a steel wheel, and they also have a little grease zerk right in here and another grease zerk right here. So you can keep these things rolling nice and smooth, and these things are good for about 1,000 pounds a piece. Back to the story at hand though. This plate matches up perfectly with the holes on this caster. Now, there is a fixed caster and there is a swivel caster. The good news is, same exact plate, so it doesn't matter. You can put the swivel ones on one end, the fixed ones on the other. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Now, if you go with the legs without the casters, let's say you want to have multiple tables sitting side by side and you want to be able to level them up so that you get a really flat plane across them, you're going to need these little leveling feet. And you're not going to have this bottom plate in your kit. Instead, you're going to have this insert. Now, what you do with this is you basically, we can't do it right now because there's little tabs here. You take this and you just hammer it into the tubing. Literally, just beat it into the tubing until it's flush and it won't come out. And then you can just thread the little leveling feet right into it. Now, the nice thing about this is if you need to bear a lot of weight, these little feet are good for 4,000 pounds a piece, and these inserts are good for about 1,800. So you do get more weight bearing capacity on your leveling feet than you do on your casters. Although, again, still quite a bit of weight bearing capacity here. Now, as far as making this part is concerned, you're going to notice, and you might have seen before, each of these plates has some little tabs, and then on the end of the tubing we've got some corresponding slots. Now you're going to notice this one has big slots and this has big tabs, so this can only go on one way, the right way. That's it. And it also can't go on the other end. And you might be like, well, why does it need to be on that end? Well, the reason why is we cut all of these holes in our tubular legs to accommodate accessories. Plus, there are little slots here, and these slots are to accommodate the cross bracing, which we'll look at in a minute. So, when we go to put these on, what I would recommend is you'll put that on your table, you'll set this down in there, and then you'll make a weld along the outer seams. There's really no reason to weld all the way around. That's just overkill. You risk putting too much heat in it and warping it. You don't need to do that. 2 sides is fine. You'll see that's how we do ours. We'll run a nice long bead down one side and then turn it and do one down the other. And we're just going to repeat for the top, although this one is only currently tacked in place. So you may want to just put tacks on both sides before you run the weld beads. That way you don't run a real heavy weld bead and cause the leg to kind of pull slightly to one side. If it's got a tack on both sides before you weld it, it'll hold it in place and keep it nice and vertical. So you shouldn't have any problems with getting it nice and straight because of the way all the slots and everything are cut. Now, let's take a look at how we will fixture up the cross bracing after we built the legs. Okay, I've got it kind of laid out here so you can start to imagine now how this fixturing is going to occur. But it's super simple. Now, all we've got to do is take our short cross braces, which have 2 tabs on the end and 2 slots in the middle, and we're going to insert our tabs into the tabs on the legs. So one like that, then I'll squeeze this one over here. There we go. I mean, seriously, I don't think you can get much easier than that. So we'll do it on the other end. Now what I would do is probably put a little tack on those to hold them in place. And then over here, we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, now, guess what? We're gonna take our tabs on our long cross brace and insert it into our short cross brace. And then we will bring this one over. Probably had it a little far away here. Like that, like that. Guess what? We're just about done, okay? However, what I would recommend is get you a couple of 90-degree angles of some sort, whether it be a magnet or something like that, and put it right in here and right down there so that we can make sure this is all perfectly squared up. When you're done, I would recommend making your welds as downhill welds just where the intersections are and just on 2 sides, okay? So for example, I would do one right here and I would do one right here. And again, here and here, and then on the outsides. But don't do these top ones. And there's a very good reason not to do the top ones. These holes that we have in all this cross bracing are so that you can bolt a lower shelf onto here. Now the problem is, if I run a big old weld bead right here on the top and I want to put something on it, there's a big bump and you're gonna have to grind it off. And there's no need. It's plenty strong without it. So just your downhill welds and that's it, you're done. So hopefully that seems simple. It is simple. I do want to just throw in one little disclaimer, one word of caution. Obviously, when we attach the top to this, the top and everything we put on it is going to add a lot of weight, and weight is very dangerous. So hopefully you feel like a very competent welder and you're going to make really good, strong welds, because the safety of your entire project hinges on this. If you have any issues, if you're scared of doing this part, I would encourage you to just spend a little extra money and let us build it for you, or anyone. Buy one that's already pre-manufactured, and then you don't have to worry about any of these headaches. We'll take care of it. We'll ship it to you fully built. Either way, we're here to help you out. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your project.